Go ahead.
And it's your videos, but I'm going to lead this one off today and say Zach Craft, a wonderful YouTuber I saw one time in a video game. We were playing Fallout. We've interacted with him before. His friends were not very friendly to us. One of them threatened our lives on my end, mine, my wife's, and my kids. And then he, made amends. It was fine. I don't care if he agrees or disagrees. But recently we tried to let him back in because he came to me, okay, and tried to get him to. He wanted to be back in our lives again because we got rid of Zach because Zach wasn't around. And his friend Gamer Card plays on Xbox has officially hacked my system again. Last time this happened, when the threat was apologized for, Gamer Card stole money from me out of my bank account and bought himself a shit ton of Atom Point. Okay, like thousands of dollars worth. Now here we are again. I'm having a YouTube video with Bromby as my phone has been compromised and it's doing whatever the hell it wants. It's doing its own like hacker shit all over like crazy. It's running passwords and trying to find stuff. And the only thing that I would say we're doing this video for is it said you shouldn't have been mean to him, is what it said before it continued. So they're straight up taunting us now. I don't know what they're going to try to find. This phone is practically factory reset level. All the shit I have is so encoded that you had the military officials up from the Pentagon or Area 51 even literally to get into it. But that's what this video is out. I'm calling Zach Craft out.
And
he sided with these people. He knew what they were doing, and he had the nerve to call us out. He is their sadistic, man. All that money that was stolen from us was used to keep. At the time, it was the time it happened. My daughter Kate fell down the stairs and broke a little bit of her rib on the left side. That money was supposed to get her top of the line treatment, and they did not wait. They didn't consider what it was for. They just took it, and he got thousands of dollars of atoms worth because he felt like it. And here we are in the same situation again. I don't know what he's going to find on my phone because after that day I changed a lot of stuff. But hackers are hackers, I guess. But Zach Craft let it happen. And that makes him no different than taking the story about the smoking gun that caught the bad guy. He's guilty by association because he chose to side with those people, knowing what they did. Because I told him what they did. He acted like he didn't know, but I think he knew. He knew what was going on, and I believe that because he sided with them and then claimed his mother told him to block everybody. His parents don't give a fuck. If they give as much of a fuck about it as he says they did, he wouldn't be allowed to have an Xbox or even play GTA. Like, he's God. I watched one of his streams one day on that. He acted like he don't stream. He streams. I watched it. He was talking about some inappropriate things that Microsoft would be an instant ban for. Some dude attacked him with an oppressor, and he got in every chat and said, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I will send my friends to kill you." And dude's like, "It's a game, bro." He's like, "I ain't talking about a goddamn game. You're gonna regret that." That's what he said. And the stream ended shortly after. Oh shit, I'm still streaming. Good job, Twitch. Y'all's inability to continue to keep and hold data. Probably just got someone killed for all we know. Given that, this shit's still happening.
And not only that, we talked to him, and we just wanted to open some old wounds. Fucker went and opened the whole
maybe not open old wounds, but I wanted to ask how he and Gamer were doing since the incident. Since Gamer was there the first time this shit happened and helped the thing along. And I was wondering if they were still friends. And he was like, what did he say, Brown?
He said that Gamer got in there.
Change the subject.
Yeah, change the subject.
He said, change the subject. Not please, can you please, or will you please? Change the subject.
Let's not
Everything
talk
I
about.
opened my
Yeah,
mouth
he
to
said,
say.
"Let's not talk about that." That's what he said.
But everything we tried to conversate with him after was the same response. No matter what it was, we went and made a Fallout conversation, a few other things. Every single time, I don't want to talk about that. Let's change the subject. He acts like he was in control. It wasn't a request in vocal tone. It was a demand. Like he was in control of our conversations. He even said, "My mother doesn't like what you're saying." I don't give a damn what your mother says, Zach. I'm 23 years old and I'm in the United States military. Your mother is a civilian. You're a civilian. That's disrespectful. We weren't doing anything wrong to you, and we let you in, and you treated us like shit. Good job. You're unpatriotic. But still, this has been growing. How long have I known you, Bravo? Almost, maybe about, I might as well say for 2 years. You've been here for a pretty good bit. You've been here more than
in
other
honesty,
people.
about a year and a half.
Might as well be 2 at this point.
Because I met you in about February, not February, March, but around that time of 2019.
You're the only person of my list that hasn't disrespected me yet, besides the ones that can't be on for reasons or work. Because COVID. You're the only other person on the side of those 2, and the third one that gone most of his life off Xbox for work. Again, work. He's gone for the longest. You and those other 3 are the only ones. Everyone else I've encountered has said something like that, used, abused, abandoned, lied to, or lied about me. For what reasons? We can go back and we can talk about Rampage. Thank goodness he made a video on that. I'm starting to make more light of that to other people as well about the incident he made the rant about. Was the guys saying they're devs and to give me all my good guns or we'll ban you. We need it for stuff. We never got that gun back, and I know you know that.
Right.
I didn't really care I didn't get it back because you had a Gatling laser. I didn't know you had it still, but I gave you. See, Bromby is basically the best pack mule by choice I've ever had in this game. It's hilarious.
I am the fucking
my
pack
box is full.
mule.
Can you hold this? Yeah. He's like dog meat at this point.
I've held 20 goddamn packs of weapons because he has gone through so many inventory changes. I don't know what stuff is it. There's perk cards or Fallout First. I don't know. But he's having weight issues. He has a lot of weight issues. More than I have in the game. More than I have in real life.
Look, let me tell you, way back when, I was called by some friends and a lot of other gamers as the walking mini nuke because I carried so much explosives. Well, now, perk cards do change. I have only... I'll read my list off to you later on. You can put it in the description if I figure it out. My strength, it's all for weight reduction. Then I have Pack and Light True Hiker for, when I have a pistol on that may have a lot of ammo for it. And then I have all of my luck are for food-based things to search and get food. I have a yes build.
And this is my build. I can load it up right now.
And yes builds, for those who might be thinking in the comment section, like, what the hell's a yes? Your perk cards can't go to weapon increasing. Your gun has to be well balanced, recoil, stability, attack, sighting, and handling it as a whole on that one gun. You can't use your perk cards to do that. You can't use rifle perks. You got a yes build requires you to do things like weight reduction and nothing else. You could do things like Percepa Bubble and Valent with the pictographinist or whatever, where you hear things, but nothing that aids your actual combat lifestyle. It does me a favor, but once again, it's inevitable happens. Me and Bromby and Pulse Luke, because we got Fallout First.
Right.
I love it.
I wasn't a Fallout First member until a month ago, and I vouched for it then, and I can really vouch for it now.
When mine ran out, I was miserable.
Year, but they wouldn't bat an eye about $12.99 a month. But $99.99 a year is paying much more than $12 a month.
Oh yeah, but people say they say it's $100 a month. They don't even look at it. It's right there on the screen. They'll call it out for being that's the month, and I tell them that's a year. That's for 12 months. It's $9.99 for 12 months. It's one cycle, 12 months. 365 fucking days. From the day you bought it to that day at the end of the next year. So if you bought it like me, last time I bought it I bought it the day it came out, which would follow its quote unquote first birthday. I call it its second birthday because I count beta as well. I bought it that day, and I had it for a month, and I lost it. But let's just say I bought it for that day to now. That's a year. Okay. So the day I bought it, which should be follow its next birthday in this example, would be when it runs out at the same exact time that month, the first month I bought it. When I lost mine recently, and before I resubscribed, just the same as time, I was miserable, right, Brown Boy? I got so angry because I couldn't store any of my junk because I impulse loot like crazy. I hoard junk like crazy, and it's for a good reason. Every time I turn around, I need adhesive, aluminum, lead, and I think plastic for bulking, because I bulk and sell stuff too. And that's right, I need that stuff I just sold like 2 to 3 days down the road. It's like, well, let's just stop hoarding. Or start hoarding and less selling. But gold is not really that useful on my list until I sell it. It's like, oh, you need gold. You know, but having a scrap box in a survival tent is so much easier than buying a shit ton of scrap boxes. Scrap them and they go right to your stash box. And if you accidentally scrap more, I learned this by my daughter Kate, who had a couple in her box from last time she got some from that shop. She scrapped them. She scrapped it set, and she ran her with, I think it was Bombay. And then she got around doing something. They came back, and then she scrapped, or was on their way back, and she popped off in a scrap box and got a message that if you did okay, you'll lose that junk because your box is basically full. And she said okay. She got back. She thought it was going in her scrap box, not her stash box, and it went all through a scrap box, or stash box. And she got back and she's like, Dad, I didn't get the 100 or yada yada this because you sent it to your stash box and it's full. It's devastating, but it's made for people who don't have it. Sorry if I walk around a little bit watching Alice be weird. She's stalking a fly.
But let me read you off my perks real quick.
Perk cards.
In strength, I have Traveling Pharmacy, Bear Arms, Bandolier, Ordnance Express, and Scattershot. Scattershot, if I'm not using Scattershot, I would replace it with Martial Artist for melee weapons. Those are all weight reduction. Perception, I have Green Thumb, because what the hell else? Endurance, a 7. Slow Metabolizer, Dromedary, and Aquaboy. Charisma 4, Hard Bargain, and a Travel Agent. Intelligence 14, I usually have, that's kind of switch around a lot. Power User, Power Catcher, Gunsmith, and Chemist. And 2 points left. Agility, I have usually when I'm roaming around White Knight and Ammo Smith, but if I'm working on my camp, I have Home Defense on. And Luck 11, Class Freak, Starch Jeans, Super Duper, and Good with Salt. I don't have many weight problems.
Are you salty? Well, because you don't, if you see the shit I carry, that's kind of why I have the issue. Right now I know for a fact I had that Fat Man, the Vampire's Gatling Laser, and the Troubleshooter's Plasma Caster, all of which count as heavy guns. The Fat Man before I launched all the nukes, because Assaultrons got annoying, and that damn Sheep Squatch was like, I'm gonna beat that ass. And I'm like, but wait, call 9, you get 14 mini nukes. You got those mini nukes. That's a lot of mini nukes. The weight. Okay, the Plasma Caster still has just over 1,000 rounds right now. And the Vampire's Gatling Laser is 100 cores each, and I have 40 cores. I know that's why I'm overcumbered for that section. But there has been times where I didn't know that. I also forget that technical data, I think, weighs a little bit. If you have broken pro snap cameras, which for some reason those are for a quest, and they for some reason show up after you do that quest everywhere. Every junk thing I pick up has a broken pro snap camera in it. Those weigh something. Gunpowder. I don't go on my misc often. That's another reason. Amber took note of all this. I'm reading off the list. Like she says, don't forget to scrap, drop, or put away these items. Because she knows, as I forget. Thank God, holotapes weigh nothing. Pre-Wasteland, I would be encumbered overseer law. Fucking bitch let me everything about Appalachia, but nothing truthful. I can't believe I dropped those two, but still, just the weight system I think is a little broken. Is it the end of the world? Hell no, it's not the end of the world. It just gets frustrating when you have something up the hill from you that wants to take your genitals from you and your organ because yes, and you want to be like, nope, I want to run, but you're overcumbered. It's like fuck constructing additional pylons. The game's like, oh, you want to flee? Here, have 30 extra pounds over your regular weight limit. Buff out. I hate buff out. Buff out has failed me the most. All the weight reduction aid items have failed me because I drink alcohol for more. At this point, it's just water. Because for some reason, my weight reduction is like the number that it is on the left, the number that it carries on the right. If for some reason we'll drop the right number when I take a buff out or a buff taps, or that's just what to drop the weight. It drops my overall carry weight, which makes it worse. So then I'm kind of like double screwed. Just had my nuts stomped. I don't like that. I don't like getting my nuts stomped because I want to flee or walk. And it was that, and you could vouch in here, Brom, it was when your camp was under the pylon before you moved it that one time, and they were walking back to it, I believe, wasn't it? And I was so overcumbered, and I still never found out why.
Right, and you couldn't even
so bad,
run.
I was like, you know what,
run.
I'm just going to stand here. I stood there for about an hour.
You didn't get any fucking AP from that.
None. It was 0 the whole time. The AP fucked up, and I would not gain any but like 4. And when I got to that point, I had like 0 the whole time. I stood there for an hour and said, you go do your thing. I'm going to stand here until the game decides I can move it.
You know for the longest time that I didn't want to leave because I knew once I left, you were going to get fucked.
Hi, Liberator. Oh, look, you brought a bunch of level 60 friends. You're not supposed to be here. Oh, look, the Scorch Beast Queen. Please end my suffering.
Seriously.
Oh, man, we should have put a clip of me scared of that fucking Scorch Beast in the bog. I'm sorry, I thought it was dormant. You're like, what? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because, the dorm, because I always understood from the game's mechanics and coding itself was there's 2 types of fissure site, excluding prime. There's the ones you see on the map you can spawn to. Why would you want to spawn on a fissure site? I mean, I get it. You have a fetish or whatever you want to call it for ultra site. But when you think spawning to the icon could accidentally stick you in the pit that kills you? But as I'm walking to that one, I'm like, oh, it's dormant. It's not on the map. I'm all good. And then I saw the glowing green that you see when it's open. When it's not open, there's rocks on it. And I'm like, that's a nice glowing green. It looks like my daughter's emerald eye. And my brain's like, get the fuck out of there. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm bad. Damn.
Yeah.
You're like, what's wrong, Ness? I'm sorry. I thought it was dormant. Because there's one in the crater that's been there for a while that's dormant. It's closed in, but it makes Fisher's site sounds like a non-dormant Fisher's site. When I mean dormant, and nothing flies out of you. You've been exploring and getting like a bajillion rads, and somehow walk out with like one at the very end. If you had your hazmat suit, would be the best bloody build ever. But nothing happens. So you can walk around and be like, okay, that's a scorched piece of shit. It's got some good loot in it. We can loot the scorched over here. And you're not worried. I was still worried. I'm going to be afraid of fucking fisher sites now. That's what you get for not paying attention. But still, this video started calling them out. My phone still does not. I still have no access to my phone. Bromby was there when I was using my daughter's iPad because it was having a crashing issue. It was like, my phone was dead. I was watching YouTube with her. And also, I was going to also find out when she's done watching YouTube why her iPad got started crashing after an update. Okay, so I'm listening to Bromby on Discord on the phone. I bumped the volume button, whatever, on the little earpiece from Apple. Apple, fix your shit. It charged me $200, Bromby. That's exactly how much money in songs, because I don't have the app active on the phone. It charged me $200 in iTunes Music. It started playing one right now. It was playing it, and I was like, it cut you out to the point where it kicked me out of Discord. And and after this shit happened, my phone has been black with occasionally a few things like it looks like it's searching for password. Those algorithms you see on TV that looks jokingly funny with the black screen. It's green, and it's just someone's hacked my phone, and the only reason why I know it's them. You should not have been mean to him. No one I've gotten mad at or done anything to has ever come back to bother me. They had not the balls to do it. Because once again, I've told you about Williams' electric unit that perfectly has been legalized, that prevents people from hacking his privately owned business through the force of electric shock therapy. Completely legal, because if the only way they're getting it is if they're messing with his stuff via hacking. It's on my phone too, but those little fuckers must be really desperate, because by now they would already get fried the more you try the higher it gets. And I don't know what it's trying to find, because I told you, Brian, but ain't nothing on my phone worth of value besides Discord, and like I said, a porn joke as a April 1st joke for somebody that Amber knew. Once again, it's completely photoshopped. It has mine her face slapped on the character. 50 Shades of Us is what it was a joke about. Completely random and out there. It was a cute little postcard as well. She ended up making it a postcard. But anyway, there's nothing on my phone of value. Hackers don't care. And the phone calls, maybe. But if you want to call every United States general or for the Navy and all this other shit, by all means, you'll get in trouble if you do. But don't do that. Coffee at 7:53 because I'm pissed off. Alice, please stop rocking the chair.
Hold up. Give him a sneeze. Damn it.
Pineapple.
I wanted to sneeze.
It blows the fucking couch away with a sneeze like pineapple. Thanks, guy. I was supposed to stop it, okay.
But as I'm getting into a thunderstorm here, my dogs are in here with me. But this is just so stupid. We've had 2 rough days in a row after a kid. I had to talk to a kid's parents.
Over chatting.
Somebody had accused us of being.
Well, we talking about with a kid, and I get that. It's just parental guidance.
Right.
It's scary. It's probably scary because you don't know who these people are. I don't bite unless I need to.
But he got. I understand that he really got upset about what happened. I understand everything.
Right.
But the other day, yesterday, was just completely uncalled for. Fucker didn't want to be a third wheel, or not a third wheel, but in the middle of a situation. So his solution, the solution to his problem, was to try and put me in the middle of the situation.
And then leave and say his mother was telling him to leave. Your parents don't care because you're Twitch streaming Grand Theft Auto threatening people. your parents don't care. And he just has a mouthful of lies. That's what Amber said. People like him don't have friends because the people that surround him are even lesser than him, because to him, he is God. He controls you, and you are his sex slave. You're under him. And it's just the wrong way to go. Clover, of all people, and you know what Clover can do. She even said he is under ant shit, and he just doesn't know it yet. But then she went and ranted in French about we're all under ant shit at this point because it's 2020. We're all going to die to a meteor strike or something. And she said something by judgment, and I was like, you stop them and duct tape your mouth shut. Could we? Maybe?
That meteor already passed.
Says you. Earth just passed a kidney stone. It's called a meteor.
Yeah, we wanted to make this video because something was going on.
Right.
And I'm gonna be posting a more lighthearted video on my main channel soon. It's giving credit to somebody's amazing camp during Fosdoc. But
yes, that was amazing. Best camp of 2020. I swear to God. Oh my God, this is amazing.
But as for this this video, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna have to do some.
Let's stop moving the couch.
But thank you, Plague, for being here.
Welcome, thanks for having me.
We kind of got sidetracked for like 10 minutes about builds and stuff, but the main point was still there.
Builds?
Yeah, like yes, builds, pack mules, and talking about inventory stuff, because
you are a pack mule, but you do it by choice, which is why I like you here more so than, or less so than you being a friend. But so that's more important to me, is you being a friend, being here.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.